So this is day 6 numerical ability. We are continuing percentage. Now our next topic is partnership. After partnership, we'll start a topic in this itself that is known as stocks and shares. They have asked questions from that portion. So actually what is called partnership? In partnership, you'll be having two people or more than two people, and they will be sharing their profit, loss, everything. So like point 1 you take like this: if A and B are partners in a business, then investment of A investment divided by investment of B will be equal to profit of A divided by profit of B. It is a very simple rule. Like if two or more people are having company together and they are applying, suppose only two people for easiest way, they are making a company, they are starting a company startup. So how much investment A has given and how much investment B has given, so the profit should also be in same ratio, and in same way they should have loss also. I'll change the okay, I'll write here. So if you have for the three people, if you have, you can also write here just for loss also, loss of A divided by loss of B. I'll change the page. If you have multiple partners, then just the ratios will change. Like investment of, second point, investment of A with the ratio of investment of B with the ratio of investment of C. This will be equal to profit of A with the ratio profit of B and profit of C. This will be equal to loss of A ratio loss of B ratio loss of C. Okay. Then you see, then there is something called monthly equivalent investment. Now in this, suppose exactly same thing, but here your investment we will calculate monthly, like equivalent investment. Suppose on 1st Jan you are giving 10,000 rupees, and on 15th Jan you are giving again 10,000 rupees again, and on 18th Jan you are giving some 5,000 rupees again, on 25th Jan you are giving some 6,000 rupees again, on 31st Jan you are giving some money. So monthly how much you have invested. So this is not one time investment. So like you are investing in installment, but equivalent, monthly equivalent is how much. Okay, so in that condition again the ratio of profit and loss should be same. So for that same data you write monthly equivalent investment of A divided by monthly equivalent investment of B. That will be equal to profit of A divided by profit of B. That will be equal to loss of A divided by loss of B, LALB. Okay. Now, of course, suppose A is investing for long period and B is investing for less period, then profit of A should also be larger. And if there is a loss in business, then A will go for the more loss also, right? So in that case, this is the first condition. Second condition, period also comes into picture. It's like investment of A into, for how much period? Period of investment of A divided by investment of B into period of investment of B. That will be equal to same, profit of A divided by profit of B divided by loss of A, loss of B. And if you have more number of people, we will increase the ratio like in previous topic. So these are the basics. Now we'll go for stocks and shares. So in stocks and shares, you have some Okay, I'm going back. In stocks and shares, you have some terms and some names. Some students may not be knowing this. Some students may be knowing this if you have done aptitude somehow from YouTube or somewhere. So see, there is something called face value, something called dividend, market value, shares. In shares, you have premium share, par share, discount share, and again you have further 2-3 types of shares like preference share. Those things I will explain here, and we'll do one numerical also based on that. Yes. We have in this topic. In, like, you might have heard, there is one more thing called equity and all those things we have here. We will discuss. We will discuss here, and we'll take one, but we don't have to go into that much detail. Like whatever some apps are there, so that much detail we don't have to go. We have to go so that only if they are framing a question in that aptitude is coming, so we should be able to tackle. Okay, let's change the page. Stocks and shares. Actually, in real life we have so many terms, but here we have standard limited terms. Stocks and shares, standard terms and very limited. So what is face value? So take down first topic as face value. The price of a share is printed on the share certificate is called face value. If you have more interest in all these things, whenever you have time, go to any YouTube channel and learn few things if you have interest. Right now we should not touch the live thing going on, because we don't have to work in account. We have to solve only related questions. That also not the real one, based on aptitude. Face value of the share. This is also known as nominal value. Nominal value. Now there is something called dividend. What is dividend? Every shareholder of a company is entitled to a proportionate share of profits of the company. The amount of profits on each share is called dividend. It is expressed as a percentage of the face value. Now I hope you understood what is the meaning. Meaning is, suppose in the company you have 100 shares, and some 50 shares are blocked by the company and 50 shares are for the public, and suppose the profit of the company is 100 rupees, then on every share the profit is 1 rupees, 1 rupees, 1 rupees, 1 rupees, right? So that is called dividend. I'll change the page. Take down next. There is something called market value. Market value. Now what is market value? In the market, selling price of the share may be different from its face value. Thus, market value of a share is may be different, may be different. May be fluctuated. May be fluctuated. So it is actually fluctuated price because market value will not be same as the face value. If you will do some kind of how many of you are doing some kind of stock market, or you have invested money? Vedant, have you started? Okay. See here. Now we'll talk actually what is the share. So shares in the market. Actually, three types of shares are available in the market. Three types of shares are available. So in that, one by one we'll see. First you have premium share. What is premium share? If market price of a share is more than nominal value, then it is called as premium share. Like in previous topic we saw that your market value may not match with the face value, it will be fluctuating. So if it is maximum, then we'll say premium share, but if it is low, then we'll say per share. So second one is PAR, per share. Again, very clear. Your market price is actually, sorry, equal. Market price is equal to your nominal value. That is nothing but your face value. Then you will say per share. And the last one is discount share. And the discount share is like your market price of the share is less than the nominal value. Market price is less than the nominal value. So we have two more types of share. One is called preference share. Take down. I'll change the page. Two more types of shares. In that we have preference share. Under preference share, fixed rate of dividend is paid to shareholders irrespective of whether company is making more or less profit. It's clear? If you are taking preference share, then that will be the fixed price. Whether company is in loss or gain, no problem. But there are some weather. WHETHER, weather. Now we have another type of share that is known as equity share. Take down second type of share, EQT. QUITY, equity share. Okay, I'll go back. Take down. Done. Go for equity share. In case of equity share, take down. Profit. Actually, these things we don't have to remember, but these terms will come if they will make any question. They have asked the question. I will explain. I will give one question also. Then you realize, okay, yes, these terms are important. Profit of the company that is left over after its distribution to the preference holders is distributed among the equity shareholders. Now get the sentence here. Profit of the company, like whatever profit company is making, that is left over, means that profit which is left over after its distribution to the preference holder. For example, suppose you have a company. This company has, suppose, 4 shares. So suppose these 2 shares are taken by preference holders and these 2 shares are taken by equity holders. Okay. Now, what is preference share? Preference share means preference holder means if company is making, suppose, 100 rupees profit, then company is already telling you that if you are preference holder, then in the beginning itself I will tell you that it does not matter how much I will be in profit. In the beginning itself I will tell you that on each I will give you 2 rupees. On each profit I will give you 2 rupees. So after distributing these 2 rupees to all the shares, whatever money is remaining out of this, whatever money is left out from this profit, that will be distributed among equity holders. So you see, actually it's not very tough to understand, but maybe for some students it is very new. Then we'll go for stocks. That's all. One more paragraph. After that we'll see the numericals. I'll change the page. Stocks. In order to meet expenses of a certain plan, comma, the government of India sometimes raises a load from the public at a certain fixed rate of interest. Bonds or promissory, PROMISSORY, promissory notes, bonds or promissory notes called stocks of a fixed value are used for sale to the public. Now, after going through this small topic from taxation and these things, I hope these aeronautical aerospace engineers are much comfortable in our aerospace concepts, right? So whatever money you will be earning in future after joining some MNC or by running your own, so all those money you should invest somewhere, because when you are making money, it is amazing. And when your money is making money, that is extraordinary. That's why from next year even I am planning to invest. Let's start some notes here. Take down some notes. First note to take: income per share. So this is nothing but rate of dividend. Direct question comes in GATE exam. Rate of dividend into nominal value of one share. Nominal value is nothing but face value. Rate of dividend means on each how much we are getting, correct? Second, annual income. So this is nothing but income per share into number of shares. Then number of shares. So number of shares are having 2-3 formulas. So number of shares that is nothing but nominal value of all the shares divided by nominal value of one share. Means if you have total money as 10,000 and one share is of 50 rupees, then how many shares will you be having? So 10,000 divided by 50, you'll be having number of shares. Or the same thing you can do in terms of market value also, like how many shares like people are investing how many shares, and total money and total value of the share is suppose 10,000. Then for every single share, how much is the price? So you divide that. It is simple mathematics. Okay. Or the total profit what you are sharing with every share divide by profit on each share. So that is also, like, you can easily find out, okay, the way we are calculating number of shares. It is not a big deal. Then we go for rate of interest on invest. Like whatever invest you have done, on that, what is your rate of interest? This invest is also known as yield, Y-I-E-L-D. This yield is our technical word. So that is nothing but total income divided by total investment in 200. Now, last 3 single line points are very important. Now, next point, when income, total income. No, actually it depends. You are going for monthly, then you'll be going for how, like the investment whatever you have done, for how many months or how many years you have done the investment. So because we are targeting the total investment, so you are taking your share for 1 month or 1 week or 1 year. So based on that, how much investment we have done and how much income we have got. Now take down the note point. When stock or share is purchased, comma, brokerage is added to cost price. CP means cost price. And when you are selling, that time brokerage will be subtracted from the selling price. Second one, when stock or share is sold, comma, brokerage is subtracted from the selling price. Now note here. Then we'll see some numericals. Note. In most problems, face value of share is taken as 100 rupees. Yes, unless specified. Now let's have one gate question based on this. You guys try this question first. Take down question of GATE 2014. They have asked this question. The population of a new city is 5 million and is growing at 20% annually. How many years would it take to double at this growth rate? So you see, in last class we have discussed our population formula. Okay, so A is equal to P bracket 1 plus R by 100 power N. Okay, now you see, this P is your initial value, that you can say what was the initial population. So the population of a new city is 5 million, but it is increasing, it is growing with 20%. So this R is 20, initially is 5,000, and in how many years it will take to double the population? So it means this A is nothing but 2 times of P. Okay, 2 times of the initial, that is nothing but 10 million. So 2P is equal to P bracket 1 plus R by 100 power N. Okay, this R is nothing but given as 20. So 20 by 100 will give you 1 by 5. So you got as this PP will get cancelled. So 2 is equal to this 1 by 5. So it will be 6 by 5 whole power n. Then you take log and you find out the value. So now here after this you can use, because you have to find out n values in how many years. So I will erase this part. So now you have to take log. So log, natural log of 2 is equal to n times natural log of 5 by 6, sorry 6 by 5, 6 by 5. So when you will solve this, your n value will come as 3.8 years. Okay, now in this 3.8 years, this is between 3 and 4. So you can if that option will be there, 3 to 4 years, 4 to 5 years, 5 to 6 years, 6 to 7 years. So you will say 3 to 4 years. This will be the accurate option to take. I'm giving one question. This question is little lengthy. You guys will try. These kind of questions they used to ask actually. Take down the question. Question. They have asked in 2012. An automobile plant contracted to buy a stock, sorry, a shock observer from two suppliers, X and Y. X supplies 60% and Y supplies 40% of the shock observer. All shock observer are subjected to a quality test. The one that pass the quality test are considered reliable. I am changing the page. Still question is remaining. Of X's shock observer, SO means shock observer, comma, 96% are reliable, full stop. Of Y's shock observer, 72% are reliable. The probability that a random chosen shock observer which is found to be reliable is made of Y is. Now see, what is the meaning of question? There is a company C. This company C needs some shock observers. So out of these shock observers, 60% shock observer is coming from X and 40% of shock observer is supplied by Y. Okay. Now out of these 60%, so whatever items are there, suppose these 60% items are, suppose just an example, 200 pieces. And these examples, just these people, you just consider some 40, just an example. So out of this 200, 96% of this number is reliable and 72% of this number is reliable. Now they both are sent to the company. So now in this company, all the shock observers are together. Now we are selecting a shock observer. Now what is the probability that that shock observer is coming from Y? So concept of probability is not much here. Concept of probability is not much here. Only thing is how will you reach to those numbers? Now see, first one small concept of probability is there. Suppose you have some number here, that number is X, and you have some number here, that number is Y, and you want to select any number, and suppose that number suddenly got selected as X. So what is the probability of X? So probability of X is X by X plus Y, right? So this is our basic formula for the probability. I have not taken probability yet, but like to tackle this question, I'm giving the idea like how probability works. So let's see how to approach the numerical. I'll change the page. See, you do in this way. First, you should understand that, okay, you make a list like this. You have X and you have Y for the company. These two are the suppliers for the company. So X will supply 60% and Y will supply 40%. Now X reliable out of 60% is 96%. Whatever is here, of that we are taking 96%. And whatever 40% is there, of that 40% I am taking 20%. Now if you guys are comfortable in percentage, then you tell me 96% of the 60% will be how much and 72% of this 40% will be how much. Tell me the answer. Tell me the first one. You can see overall. One answer will come here, one answer will come here. Tell me how will you calculate? Yes, Vedant. Very good. Tell me how did you calculate this? How did you calculate this? Very good. Absolutely correct. Correct. So see here, if you write down the English statement, it will come like 96% of 60%. So 96% is nothing but 96 by 100. Yes, this is correct. This is also correct. So this is nothing but of means multiplication here, and 60 is nothing but 60 by 100. When you will solve this, you'll be getting this. In same way, 72% of 40%. When you will solve this, you'll be getting 0.22. So we got here 0.22, 0.288 and 0.2. Now you can see here, this data is for Y. So they are saying that what will be the probability that the selected item is from Y. So value of Y 0.288 divided by, add both 0.576 plus 0.288. That's all. Add this and you will be getting answer as 0.334. Verify this answer is correct or wrong. So actually these questions you guys can do. Now I'm taking one question from 2015. So you see here, this question is actually, why this question I have taken in this category, because percentage is given. I'll change the page. Now take down one question that is from 2015. From a circular sheet of paper of radius 30 centimeter, a sector of 10% area is removed if the remaining part is used to make a conical surface, then the ratio of the radius and height of the cone is. Now why this question I have chosen under percentage? Because here we have something to play with the percentage. Okay, question is very easy, but you may not get the correct approach in the first attempt. So let's feel this question. What is this question about? We have a circular sheet. So suppose this is your circular sheet, and we have certain radius in this. A sector of 10% area is removed. So suppose this much sector I am removing. Okay, this much portion I am removing is removed. If the remaining part is used to make the conical shape. Now this red color is the remaining portion that I can bend. So this I will attach here, and this, so it will bend like a cone. So remaining portion I am using like a cone. So what will be the used to make a conical surface? Then the ratio of the radius of height and the cone. It means what? Now whatever cone I am getting, in that cone what will be the height and what will the radius? So we have to find out the ratio of the height and radius and height. So r by h we have to find out, r by h. So we should know few things about the cone. I will change the page. You see here, actually I have not taken geometry yet, so I will take the geometry very soon. So you see 90% of area of sheet is remaining, only 10% we have taken down. Okay, so 90% area of sheet is remaining. So that is nothing but area of the cone, right? Which area of the cone? There are two types of areas in any shape. Mostly, suppose if I draw the cone like this, so suppose it's a hollow cone. So in hollow cone you have curved surface area, and if you will take this bottom also, then you will be having total surface area. So these things I have to teach yet, but for this sake of the question, just remember this. You know we have a trick like pi RL. You remember we used to have a trick pi RL. This used to be the surface area, the curved surface area of the cone, pi RL. So in this, what is the radius? And that radius is nothing but the radius of this whatever radius is of the sheet. If you have a sheet like this, if you'll bend, the same radius you'll be achieving. And now sorry, I'm just blabbering, sorry. This L, suppose you have a sheet like this, and I'm saying turn the sheet. So if you turn this sheet, what kind of cone you'll be getting? You'll be getting this kind of cone, right? So in this cone, this height is nothing but this thing. So that became your L. So area of this thing is nothing but 90% of pi r square, and this thing is going to be equal to pi RL. Now in this pi r square, 90 by 100 into pi r square is nothing but the initial radius was 30 into 30, and this will be equal to pi r. L is also 30 now. Okay, so this pi and this r we don't know, and this L is 30, this L is 30. So 30 we can cancel, and we can calculate our R value. Pi will get cancelled, so your R value will come as 27. So now if you know R value, which is the radius of this guy, and if you know L value, so you can easily apply the Pythagoras theorem and you can find out the height. So height of the cone is nothing but under root 30 square minus 27 square, because this is 30 and this is 20. And then if you solve this, you'll be getting 13.08. So if you find the ratio of R by H, then this guy, this by this, so roughly 2, so 2.06. That's all. These questions are enough. Now you go to drive, and remaining questions also from this chapter percentage you finish. Solutions are already there. If you have doubt, ask a particular question in which question you have doubt.